Fires, floods, earthquakes, chemical spills. A disaster can come in any form, natural or man-made. Do you know the emergency response systems that are in place in your community? Will you be ready to help keep your family and neighbors safe? This series is designed to help you and your family prepare for an emergency situation. After all, we know it's not a matter of if, but when. Are you ready?
When a disaster strikes, it often affects one or more utilities. You need to know ahead of time when to take action, where and how to turn off your gas, electricity, and possibly water, and any tools you may need to do so. There are some simple steps to ensure you can safely take care of your utilities. If you are helping a friend or nearby neighbor make these decisions, it's also important to learn where their utilities are located, how to turn them off, and any tools you may need. If you suspect the shutoff valve is not working properly, call the utility company for an operational check. A little planning and practice now will save you precious time during a real emergency. You'll typically find your gas meter near the house, outside of the building.
Okay.
Here's our gas meter, and you can see that one of the things we've done is we've hung a wrench nearby for easy access if we do need to shut it off. This is a good way. You want to have it easily accessible. If you do have small children, you may want to put it out of their reach, but still easily accessible. The valve is currently in the open position. One of the ways to tell it's open is it's vertical, the valve is vertical, and it's just kind of in line, allowing the gas to flow through. So in order to turn the gas, we'll take the wrench and rotate it 90 degrees. This is the closed position. Okay. It's kind of natural because the horizontal closed position shuts the valve off. Now remember, you only want to turn this off if you smell the gas, because once it is shut off, you can't turn it on yourself. You have to wait for the gas and electric to turn it back on. If you believe that you have an electrical hazard in your house, the first thing to do is locate your electrical panel, which is typically outside the building. Once you locate the electrical panel, in order to mitigate the electrical emergency, go to the panel, open it up, locate your individual circuits, and shut them off first. This will then allow you to safely turn off the main breaker, which will cut electricity to the building. If you do believe you have an electrical hazard in the building, this is the best way to eliminate that hazard. Once the electricity has been shut off to the building, you want to make sure that you contact the fire department or gas and electric before you turn it back on to make sure it's safe to do so. Most homes have a variety of different types of shutoff valves. This is an inline valve, or sometimes you'll also have the faucet style. You want to turn those off by turning them to the right all the way. The valves have a tendency to rust, so it's important to exercise them occasionally and replace them out as necessary. This is an inline valve, and it's open right now, and we can tell it's open because it's pointing in the direction that the piping is. If we want to shut it off, it's really quite simple. All we have to do is take it and turn it 90 degrees so the valve is closed. That is the off position. To turn it back on, we just turn it that way. Not all homes have these inline valves. Okay. And so if you have an emergency situation where you need to turn the water off, you might have to go down to the meter and turn it off with a key. If we do turn the water off at the meter, you're going to need a special tool. This is a smaller version of a water key. The water key just simply fits over this side of the valve, and then we'll turn 90 degrees to shut it off. You may turn the water back on once authorities have agreed it is safe to do so. And of course, If you do have to turn the water on or off for non-emergency reasons, it's always recommended that you contact our Public Works Department.
Remember, plan ahead and be prepared. You can minimize the effects of an emergency.